So you'll notice that nothing is being captured right away, so that is under the PT's control. So they can start the session whenever they're ready. The other thing to note is up here it says selected language is English. That's going to be the default. But if you do have a patient who speaks another language, you do have some other options here, and you can click on that and it will capture English as well as that other language. Translate the other language, which you'll see come up here in the transcription, and then everything will be written over here in English. So that can help um, the PT to know what the patient's saying, but also help the PT, if they know that language, to not have to write everything over into English. It will capture that as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and start a session. My name is Christina. I'll be your physical therapist today. Can you tell me a little bit about what brings you into therapy?
Absolutely, Christina. So, what brings me in is that my right shoulder has been bothering me for a little while now. It started after I was doing some overhead lifting, and I've just noticed this kind of nagging pain whenever I try to reach up or do certain movements. So, I'm hoping we can work on that together.
Excellent. Can you tell me a little bit more about how it happened? Was there a particular incident, or do you feel like it's kind of just come over time?
Yeah, of course. So, I think it was mostly one particular incident. I was lifting something overhead at home, and I felt a bit of a twinge in my shoulder. And after that, it just kind of lingered. So, it felt like it started from that one moment, and then it just kind of stuck around.
Okay, I know you mentioned that it's nagging pain, but I'd like to understand a little bit more about the pain in general. Other than nagging, are you getting any sharp pain, shooting pain, anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's mostly that kind of dull, nagging ache. But if I do certain movements, like if I reach overhead or reach out to the side, then I can get a little bit of sharper pain. It's not really shooting down my arm or anything, but it can definitely get a bit more intense with those movements.
Okay. And what would you say your pain is right here when you're sitting kind of at rest on a scale from 0 to 10? 0 being no pain and 10 being the worst pain you could think of.
Right now, just sitting here, I'd say it's probably around a 2 out of 10. It's definitely there, but it's pretty mild while I'm just at rest and not moving it too much.
And then what would you say it gets to at its worst?
When it's at its worst, like if I'm reaching overhead or doing something that really aggravates it, it can get up to maybe a 6 out of 10. So it definitely gets more uncomfortable with certain movements.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about how it might affect you day to day? Like, are you having trouble sleeping? Are there any activities such as showering or dressing or things like that you have trouble with?
Yeah, definitely. So day to day, I've noticed it can be a bit of a nuisance. Sometimes sleeping on that side is a little uncomfortable, and certain things like getting dressed or reaching up to grab something can definitely feel a bit limited. So yeah, it does kind of get in the way of those everyday activities a bit.
Okay. And are you noticing any numbness tingling at all or not?
No, not really. It's pretty much just the pain. I haven't had any numbness or tingling or anything like that. So it seems pretty localized to the shoulder itself.
And prior to this, have you had any issues with your shoulder, any previous injuries or surgeries?
Nope, no previous injuries or surgeries on this shoulder. It's actually been pretty healthy until now. So this is really the first time I've run into any issues with it.
Okay. So as you can see over here, it'll catch the conversation and then start filling in these chips. And as they're captured, they become green. And then it will fill in here. You can always highlight here and fill in a chip and then edit it and it will put it into the summary as well. And then you can quickly go through, edit anything here as well. So it basically just keeps it all really easy for the PT to keep control over, but also allows them to kind of edit on the fly.